one more amazing act. Would you please welcome up to the stage Andy Shipley.
Okay, pay attention because I'm stage diving off at the end. So, I'm Andy, I'm visually impaired, which means I look great in the mirror every morning. And, all my lovers have looked like movie stars. And construction workers everywhere wear high-waisted trousers. No builder's butt cheeks brimming over into my view of the world, I tell you. But yeah, actually, I can see perfectly well. Do you see that small pin over there at the bottom of the wall? Movie reference there for everyone. But yeah, visually impaired, it's a funny term, isn't it? To me it sounds like, to the observer, I look a little bit out of focus. Like I've been pixelated out for Crime Watch. But yeah, having a disability has turned me into a bit of a campaign, a bit of a disability campaign. And I really think we ought to do something about those people that walk around staring at their mobile phones and their devices and just randomly bouncing off stuff. Because when they walk into me, I just feel so smug. It's becoming embedded in our culture, isn't it? And I was crossing the Strand the other week and a guy walked into me reading a book. I think it must have been his iPhone manual or something. Or unless he just couldn't see me because I'm slightly out of focus. Yeah, and the other thing I think we really need to tackle is those people that don't clear up after their dogs. Oh no! I mean, when you can't see though, and walking around is like a game of dog shit Russian roulette. Stepping in it's bad enough, but it's when you catch it mid-stride. I mean, if I'm lucky, I'll launch it down the street. But I'm just as likely to spend the day with some kind of weird stinky pom-pom on my shoulder. But I know what it's like having a dog. I have a guide dog myself, and you know, clearing up after her is a bit of a challenge, really, because I don't really know what I'm going to get until I get down there. Is it going to be one bag? Is it going to be 2 bags? Or am I going to need crampons and a shirt? Man, what a lot of poo. Oh, the name's Winnie, actually, as well, so, yeah, Winnie the Pooh. I didn't think I'd have to spell that out, but... Oh, by the way, if you see anyone sort of just nipping out to use the toilet, can you tip me off, please? I'm not going to pick on them or anything like that. It's Winnie's afternoon off and I haven't had a wee since lunch. Don't worry. I know where my own flies are. It's fine. I just struggle with my boxes a bit. I can never remember which ones I put on. You know, is it the button fly or the Velcro, or the little flap, or the hooks and eyes, or is it the portcullis? You know, I just can't. But navigating the underwear is not really the problem. It's navigating in the toilets that's the actual problem. You know, it's finding your way to the urinal, and it can be fraught really with potential incident and conflict. And when you're trying to find a rhino and you're counting the buttocks as you go along to find a space. And when you've had a beer or two, and you think, was that 5 or 6? And when it's a trough, it's not too bad once you're in the space there. But when it's that bold kind, 2 guys sharing is a bit weird, isn't it? So as I say, I'm a bit of a disability campaigner. I like changing hearts and minds everywhere I go. And I was in a cab the other week and chatting to the driver about some of the work I'm doing, and really around fire safety for disabled people after Grenfell. And inevitably we got talking about the haunting images on television. And I was sort of saying that, one of the reasons I do this is because is to really stop us having to witness images like that ever again. And it went very quiet. And I was thinking, well, something I've said is really hitting home. He's taking it in. Good for you, mate, he says. Good for you. Blind and still watching television. But automatic cars, they're going to revolutionise travel for visually impaired people, aren't they? We can be able to drive everywhere. Except at the moment, I drive a manual. I know what you're all wondering. You think, how did he pass the test? Well, it was quite easy, really. The examiner came out and he came out to the building, and just before we started the test, I asked him, have you seen the film The Great Escape? He said, no, we don't celebrate Christmas in our house. Very fortunate answer. So when it came to so would you read that number plate, that license plate on that car 40 yards down the road? I said, I can do better than that. You see that small pin on the road. It is depressing though, the low expectations that society has, I think, about disabled people. But unless you're a Paralympian, the only real viable career path, I think, is to follow in the sort of a line of famously self-motivated and determined disabled people, and that's sort of hold the world to ransom as a Bond villain. Goodbye, Mr. Bond. And then they'd have to be put me back in focus to appear on Crime Watch again. Has anyone flown Ryanair recently? By the way? Yes. Okay, so you can offset your air miles by buying us all an organic beer at the bar upstairs. So did you notice how when you were at the end of the runway, you were waiting for an inexplicable amount of time before you're actually taking off? Did that happen to any of you? Yeah. So I'm here to demystify what's going on there. So while you're waiting there, this is what's going on in the cockpit. Ready for takeoff, Captain? Yes. Do you see that small pin at the end? Anyway, I'm off to watch television. I'm Andy Shipley. Have a great evening.